everyone. Welcome to Teaching Addicts. I'm Teacher Kaye, your teacher Lola.
And I am Teacher Kaizen, your teacher Bisayang Dako.
Okay, Teacher Kaizen, in this episode, we will be sharing with you our graduate studies journey, the Master of Arts in Education.
Right, Teacher Kaye. As teachers, we believe it is very important that we keep on expanding our horizon by learning new things or skills, getting new experiences, and generally by knowing education on a deeper level. And one way of doing so is by pursuing graduate studies.
That's true, Teacher Kaizen. So without further ado, it is only proper to start this off by sharing with our listeners what made us decide to pursue master's degree. Teacher Kaizen, in our first episode, I said that I was enjoying my teaching experience educating children whose ages were 2.5 to 5 years old. So that's why I decided to take up master's in early childhood education to complement my Montessori teaching certificate. I really felt that I could still improve my skills and subject expertise that would help me make better engagement with my students. And also, I felt that even if I had so many years of experience inside the classroom, I still needed to learn something new every day and look for ways to create an environment that in the end will have a positive impact on my students' lives.
That's true, Teacher Kaye.
What about you, Teacher Kaizen? What made you decide to pursue MA?
I would say that mine was not as valid as yours, Teacher Kaye. Why? Because that was really unplanned. I was still in my early 20s at that time and still a novice teacher. So, my main priority was to devote my time teaching my students. And every time I felt the need to know more about something concerning teaching, I would just search it on the internet and or attend seminars. I only wanted to commit to short-term activities at that time, so I could give my full focus on teaching. That is why MA was not on my priority list until one day, a colleague of mine informed me that she, together with 2 more colleagues, they would go to this certain university in Quezon City to inquire about the requirements for MA. And she encouraged me to go with them and just give it a shot. So, I went with them na lang. And I accomplished the needed requirements and took the admission test. Fortunately, I passed naman. So, it was not really out of personal interest. It was more of a peer influence thing. And thank God it happened. Otherwise, I might not have earned master's degree up to this point.
So, you must be thankful to those colleagues, Teacher Kaizen, for taking time to inform you of their plan.
Yes, Teacher Kaye, I am. And funny because I was the only one who pushed through with it. Those colleagues who encouraged me did not. So I would say, subconsciously, I had the interest na in pursuing MA. Kasi tinuloy ko pa rin eh. And maybe I just needed a push to awaken that subconscious thought, so to speak. Now, Teacher Kaye, question. What were your greatest struggles in your MA journey?
Ay nako, ang dami. Pero these are the 2 major struggles that I'm going to say. At first, sabi ko sa sarili ko na hindi ko kaya ang grad school because of my age. I was around 57 or 58 na yata at that time. So talagang at the prime na of my life. Hindi
naman masyado.
Hindi ko na kayang mag-memorize. Hindi ko na kaya mag-memorize ng mga lessons, but to my surprise, I ended up with classmates who shared their experiences during discussions with relatable questions by our professors and had learned a lot from them. I ended enjoying the subjects which I enrolled in and gained valuable insights on the same world that we were in. Another one was that when I was younger, I really hated math subjects. So my greatest struggle was my statistics subject. I had to convince myself that I could pass the subject. True enough, kaya ko pala.
I can relate to that, Teacher Kaye. Math is also my Waterloo.
Yeah, hindi pala ako nag-iisa.
True.
Also, we had to memorize a lot of Philippine laws regarding education and explain each one of them. I knew a lot of them already, but I still told myself that if I could pass statistics, then I could hurdle this next challenge. In addition, I had to juggle my daily teaching activities with graduate school requirements, which at times made me let go of some personal family activities. But because I had a very supportive husband and my kids do not live with us anymore, since they all have their own lives, this made things easier for me. Ikaw naman, Teacher Kaizen, what were your greatest struggles in your MA?
Marami-rami, Teacher Kay. But I'll just share my 3 biggest struggles. First, culture shock po. Do you know the feeling of being a misfit? I felt like my classmates were very intelligent, confident, experienced, with very good conversational skills and wide readers. It seemed like they already knew the topics. They could relate to what everyone was sharing, and many of my classmates were already school administrators. So I felt like I was just an observer in our classes. I had not much experience about teaching, lalong-lalo na sa educational administration. Major ko pa naman. Kaya it made me ask myself, what am I doing here? And most of the discussions were done by my classmates. Yung prof namin ay facilitator lang. Nagtatanong at tagadagdag ng essential inputs na hindi na-touch ng classmates ko. And hindi ako sanay sa ganun. Second naman was time management. Unfortunately, it was only during enrollment did I discover that my classes would fall on weekdays. Once lang yata ako naka-experience ng class on a Saturday. And it would take me 2 hours to travel kasi I was in Makati and nasa Quezon City yung MA school ko. And nagko-commute lang ako. So this was the scenario. My work schedule would start at 6:30 in the morning and would end at around 2 p.m. but with little breaks naman in between. And then, I had tutorial sessions from 2 to 3. So, pagkatapos niyan, uuwi ako ng bahay and magbihis. Kasi I had to leave na for my MA class para hindi ako malate since my class would start at 5:30 and matatapos ng 8:30 in the evening. And then, makakauwi ako ng bahay usually between 10:30 and 11 p.m. And I still had to prepare my lessons for my kids the next day before going to sleep. May mga assigned readings pa sa MA. Kaya parang tulog na lang talaga ang pahinga ko. Minsan nga sa MRT na lang ako nagbabasa and nag-check ako ng papers ng students ko while waiting for our professor to come in. Na-try ko nga rin gumawa ng PowerPoint presentation sa MRT na mismo eh. So talagang very tight yung schedule ko. And it was hard at first. Pero I got to adjust to it eventually. And the third naman, which a lot I guess can relate, was my thesis writing. Dito talaga ako sobrang nahirapan, Teacher Kay.
Sobra.
I was able to finish my academic requirements on time. But my thesis? No. This is the reason why I was not able to graduate within the expected or allotted time. To give you the context, dahil sobrang nahirapan ako, I opted to resign from my work. I had to because I had to gather my data in Visayas. My thesis was a qualitative one. And it was my first time to do a qualitative research. And based on my experience, ang haba ng process. And so I figured it would be better if I would just give my full attention to writing my thesis para makagraduate na ako sa wakas. Ang dami kong pinagdaanan dito. My psychological and emotional aspects were also affected. That's also another serious struggle. Depression na yata yung na-experience ko nung time na yun eh. Yung parang ayaw mo na sa Earth, gusto mo na sa Mars. And I beat myself up for being so incompetent and inefficient. Ganun yung naramdaman ko eh. Kaya dapat talaga make sure that you have a strong support system pag nagsusulat ka na ng thesis para may mag-uplift sa'yo ng spirit mo or ng moral mo pag kinakailangan. But overall, all those struggles naman were paid off because, not to brag, na-nominate ang thesis ko for the Best Thesis Award. Ang saya pala balikan yung mga struggles mo, Teacher Kay, no? Lalo na kung napagtagumpayan mo. Nakaka-proud din, di ba, Teacher Kay?
Totoo. Nakaka-proud talaga pag pinaghihirapan mo talaga ang isang bagay tapos naging successful ka, no?
Right.
Okay, Teacher Kaizen, now that we are done with the hardships, punta naman tayo sa mga happy memories natin sa MA. So, Teacher Kaizen, what were your best or happiest experiences?
For me, Teacher K, having met expert educators and established positive relationship with them was definitely one of the best things that happened. And when I say expert, I meant it. Expert talaga sila sa field nila. Imagine maging classmates mo yung principals and owners ng schools, people working in the Department of Education, mga supervisors, curricularists, author ng book, editors, etc. And yung mga naging professor mo, yung mga in-demand speakers, it was such a one-of-a-kind experience for me. And being in a room with them and part of their meaningful discussions, kahit most of the time listener lang ako, I learned a lot from theories to their application in the field. Minsan nga parang nagkaka-information overload ako eh. And they inspired me to take my part, at least in my sphere of influence, to give our students the kind of education they deserve. Masaya din yung at the end of the semester, we would hold a small celebration. Ganon doon, Teacher K eh. May kainan, casual na usapan, tawanan, which somehow brought us closer. Masaya yun. Parang sinicelebrate namin yung milestone na yun na nairaos namin yung semester na yun. Diba? This one. I learned to develop love for deep reading and research. I would say na growing up to college, ayaw ko talagang magbasa. Lalo na yung mga mahaba and syempre yung pagre-research. And when I entered MA, it's only when I felt the need to really read and do some research. Kasi for graduate students sa university na yon, based on my experience, usually wala kaming written exam. But we had to make reflection papers, written reports, and produce research papers at the end of the semester. Imagine if you had 3 major subjects for that semester, 3 research papers din ang gagawin mo. So you would really be pushed to your limits. And you had no choice but to read a lot and write a lot. Otherwise, nganga ka. Pero looking back, yes, nganga talaga. Pero looking back to, I am very thankful pa rin kasi marami akong natutunan. So, yun yung mga, I would say, happiest memories ko sa MA. How about you, Teacher K?
For me naman, my graduate school was a happy experience for me. I have nurtured positive relationships with my classmates, professors, and I had an advisor who turned out to be a very, very good mentor. So, because of them, I found happiness while attending graduate school. Although there were challenges like doing a lot of researches, volumes of assignments, and submission of thesis, these people around me did not make me panic because of the work that has to be done. I also told myself that if kaya nila, di kaya ko na rin, di ba?
Yan, that's the spirit, Teacher K. After all, age is not a defining factor of your ability to accomplish things. Di ba?
Yes.
Rather, it is your willpower. So, Teacher K, based on your overall experience, would you highly recommend the teachers to pursue MA? Why?
Yes, definitely. I would really recommend teachers to pursue MA in terms of higher salary and career growth opportunities.
Right.
And as you look around in today's situation, it is not enough for a teacher to have a bachelor's degree. Although maybe it is enough for some teachers to say that because of their hard work and dedication, they're happy already that their students grow and succeed. But you still need to be expert teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning teachers who have mastered their profession, such as applying theories to the teaching. Like, for example, the educational theory of Maria Montessori as well as Jean Piaget. Both express the importance of individual learning, wherein you need to adjust instructing a subject matter so that the students will learn in different ways and knowing the theories of these two educational stalwarts. the teacher will be able to devise instructional methods using the theories to discover ways to improve student outcomes. Without understanding these theories, teachers might struggle to adjust lessons based on student learning or not make any adjustment at all. So, teachers must gain new skills to have better impact on students every day. There are new discoveries through research which show a deeper level of commitment and understanding with regards to the teaching profession. It is best that a teacher be able to hone his or her skills and become an expert educator by earning a master's degree. And so for me, the educational community needs more teachers to gain advancement in their profession. As a master's degree holder, you're exposed to a lot of teaching practices that are backed by research. So with this, you will have a broader understanding on how you can help your students succeed and become better citizens of the community and gain more respect in your chosen profession.
Very well said, Teacher Kay. Ako naman, yes, mas maganda kung mag-MA sila. If you want to master your craft, you need to keep learning. And one way of doing so is by pursuing graduate studies. Yes, it won't be an easy journey, but as you reach the end of it, you would be more than grateful. Ang dami mong matutunan sa pag-EMA. And you will get to love teaching and education even more. And baka nga sa dami mong learnings, nakulangan ka pa at maisipan mong mag-PhD agad. Who knows, di ba? Parang ikaw lang, Teacher Kay, di ba?
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true, Teacher Kaizen. So before we end this video, to our ka-teaching addicts, if you wish to share your stories, experiences, and opinions about the topic, please feel free to write them down in the comment section. Thank you, everyone. And
Bye!
Goodbye.